Hey everyone, thanks for joining our online training today. My name is Drew and I'm an Associate Education Strategist here at Hudl. Jumping into our agenda, first I'll give you an overview of Hudl Assist, what it is and how it benefits your team. Then we'll go over tips to record great video, because the better video you give our analyst, the better the stats you'll get in return. Then we'll take a look at how Hudl Assist works, including how to submit your matches to Hudl Assist. Then, we'll dive into all the stats you get back from a Hudl Assist breakdown. Next, we'll chat about the reports provided with each breakdown completed by Hudl Assist. And finally, we'll wrap up today's session by going over a few different support and online resources available to you and your team. You may be familiar with Hudl Assist, but in case anyone isn't, I want to give you a quick overview of what it is and how your team can use it this season. In the past, you may have been tagging games yourself on Hudl, or maybe you were using an app to track them at the game, or maybe even pen and paper. All of those require manpower from your coaching staff, but now that you have Hudl Assist, we'll handle the stats and you can focus on coaching. With advanced stats and reports from our professional analyst, you'll have better data and more time to coach with it. When you send your games to Hudl Assist, the video and stats are linked, and tying data to video gives you the most information possible. Your players will improve faster when you can quickly pinpoint and review the plays that most contributed to a game's results. Plus, when you send your games to Assist, you get access to advanced interactive reports without lifting a finger. Hudl Assist compiles all the analysis into easy-to-navigate visuals. Now let's go over how to get the best video possible. Use these tips to make sure you have the best vantage point, workflow, and accessories to record the clearest video. Hudl Focus users, these tips still apply to you. Even though you have a smart camera to record your home games, you'll need to record your away games with a camera or iPad. Let's start by talking about the setup. When you're setting up, make sure you're choosing a good vantage point. You want to capture the whole court and all the players, but avoid zooming. Zooming in and out can lose the flow of the game, and being set up too close to the court means potentially missing part of the action. That good vantage point is important to keep issues at bay. We recommend setting up behind the service line, high up if possible, and switching sides between sets. If getting behind the line isn't possible, set up at the back corner of the court. Lastly, make sure you limit potential obstructions like fans or equipment so you're not missing any of the action. Quick note, if you are recording with Hudl Focus, we're aware that it's not possible to get a view behind the court. An inline focus view is on a roadmap for the future, but for now, just plan to record the panoramic view with focus. Our analysts are still trained to tag from that angle. Take quick scoreboard shots throughout the game, especially at the end of each set. You can also try to include the scoreboard in your shot to make it easier to follow along. This will help our analysts as they tag and as you review. You'll want to know why the whistle blew, so be sure to catch referee signals for tagging purposes. If you're using a camera to record, set it to record in high definition to get the best quality film. Check to make sure your camera is set to record in 720p or 1080p. And no need to stop and start the recording every time the ref blows the whistle, or between points. It can take away from the flow of the game and leaves room for the recording to miss key parts of the action. Last but not least, be sure to record with audio. It'll help as you're watching the video playback. Next, let's go over how Hudl Assist works, including how to send games to Assist and how you know when your games are done being broken down. So here's a look at how the process works. First, you'll submit your game to us, then we'll break it down and it'll be ready within 12 to 24 hours depending on your package. To submit a video to Assist, go to the Video tab. Next, hover your mouse over the video you'd like to send to Assist and you'll see a circle in the upper left-hand corner of the thumbnail. Check the circle in the top left corner of the thumbnail, and then select Send to Hudl Assist from this blue banner at the top of your screen. This will take you to the Assist submission page. Here you'll enter some video details that'll help us break down your video. First, choose whether it's a game or scout film, and make sure it's tied to a schedule entry. Next, choose your starting rotations for both teams. If you had the first serve in the first set and your setter was in the back right, you're most likely in rotation 1. Then you backed up 1 in set 2 because you were in serve receive to start but still wanted your setter to be your first serve. This means you started in rotation 6. Rotation 1, your first setter is serving. Rotation 2, the player following the first setter, usually an outside, is serving. Then rotation 3, the player following your rotation 2 server, usually a middle, is serving. Rotation 4 will be the opposite or right side or second setter. Rotation 5, the player after your opposite serves, usually your other outside. And then finally rotation 6, the player after your rotation 5 server. Then let us know which team served first and select the jersey colors so we know who is who. Put the final score of the game. This will be in terms of sets. We don't need individual set scores, but this helps us to keep track of the game. Next, select who on your team played in this game. To do this, click the drop-down menu and select each athlete one by one, or click all 22-23 roster. If you can't see someone who played, click Add or Update Players to visit your roster page and update it. Having accurate jersey numbers when you submit your game to Hudl Assist is extremely important to get quality stats back. If a player had to wear a different jersey number than what's on your assist roster, just let us know by clicking Edit Jerseys. If the team you played against has Hudl, their jersey numbers will also populate to the right. If they don't have Hudl, you can add their numbers manually if you want our analysts to track player stats for their team. Finally, enter any notes that might help our analysts break down your game better. For example, if number 12's jersey is hard to read, give us a physical description of her, something like number 12 is wearing black socks with a gray stripe on them. She's also wearing a knee brace. When all of the video details are entered, click the blue Send to Hudl Assist button on the right side to send your game to our analyst. It'll turn green once you've sent it, and you'll get a message on your screen verifying that it's been submitted successfully. Once our analysts are done breaking down your film, all administrators on your account will receive this email. It'll let you know the stats are done and ready for review. It'll also let you know of any issues that came up during the breakdown. For instance, if a play has ended early on camera and we couldn't see the final result, or if a replay was called. Although it doesn't happen often, sometimes our analysts have to reject games. Here are some examples of when they might reject them. If the game is incomplete, if you record your sets separately and upload them separately, Hudl Assist will only break down full games, not single sets. Another example is if the video is too blurry and we can't tell what's going on. Again, it doesn't happen often, but if it does, I want you to know what to expect. You'll see a message like the yellow one at the top of your Hudl library, letting you know it's been rejected and what your next steps are. All team administrators will also receive an email from the analyst letting you know the reason for rejection. In your library, you can tell a game has tags by looking for the tag icon on the video thumbnail. After a game is broken down by assist, you'll see tags underneath the video player. The tags are essentially marking each stat when they occurred in the video. If you ever need to edit a tag, right-click on the tag you want to edit and you will see the tagging window open. Any updates made to these tags will be reflected in your stat reports and highlights. You'll also notice a new tags column on the right-hand side of your screen. Here, you can use filters to find specific moments you're looking for. Now that you know how to send your games to Hudl Assist, let's go over the stats you get back and how our analysts tag your games. Here's a look at the stats we track. You'll see everything from traditional stats like kills and digs to calculated stats like side out percentage and service win percentage. When you send games to Hudl Assist, you get automatically generated reports based on those tags. Analyzing your stats using the reports page can help you find game-changing insights that you may not have picked out if you were just watching the video. To access the reports you get back from a Hudl Assist breakdown, click on the Reports tab. The 5 reports you get back are stats, box score, trends, goals, and attack tendencies. You can use the different filters on the left to find exactly what you're looking for. Either look at your team's reports, or you can scout a different team. Click View Other Matches to select which match or matches you'd like to show in the report. Use the Group By filters to see stats by overall, match, athlete, and rotation. Choose whether you'd like to see averages or totals. Then choose to see which set you'd like to see stats for. There are a lot of stats here, so if you're ever wondering what a stat means or how it's calculated, just hover over the column header, and you'll see a description of how the stat was calculated. One final feature with these reports is that anytime you see a blue number or an underlined number, that means it's linked directly to video. So these are powerful tools for you to really dive into a specific subset of video or to save a playlist to maybe share it with your athletes. Here I selected 12 service points won, and it will take us directly to this playlist to find all 12 of these moments. The first report we'll discuss is the stats report. This provides a deep look at a single game or multiple matches across the season. Next up is the box score report. This is a snapshot of a single game so you can see at a high level how your team did. Just select which match you want to focus on by clicking View Other Matches. Then we have the trends report. This is a great way to see how your team is doing or improving over the course of the season. Just use the drop-down menu on the left-hand side to choose which stat you'd like to focus on. You can also see your stats below compared to your opponents and the difference between the two. Next, let's talk about the goals report. You probably already track and set goals somehow, so let your Hudl Assist stats do the tracking work for you. Let's look at the first goal as an example. Let's create this goal as our violations should be less than 2 per game. If there isn't a check mark, that means you didn't meet your goal for this match. If there is a check mark, you met or exceeded this goal. Once the goal has been set, your stats from Hudl Assist will update this page. You can set goals for your opponents too, so it can be things like our opponent's aces are less than 2, so you can track how well you serve receivers or passing. Again, you probably already have goals set for your team, but when you set goals based on stats, all the work is done for you. All you need to do is come to this page to review them with your team. Last but definitely not least, let's talk about the attack tendencies report. This report helps you plan matches with location. It shows the line of attack's path from beginning to end, giving you the most information possible. Now that you know your outside is hitting it middle back to the libero almost every time she's set, you can have her work in different shots to keep the defense guessing. You'll also save time scouting your opponents with access to their tendencies across a set, match, or multiple matches. I know you've learned a lot today, but don't worry, we're always here to help. Before we go, I want to make sure I leave you with some support resources we have to make sure you're always up and running. To get help directly from your Hudl account, click the box in the bottom right corner. Search for whatever question you have regarding Hudl, and you'll instantly be given the tutorial you need. To learn anything about Hudl, or if you need a reminder on how to do something, you can go to hudl.com/support to find tutorials, how-to videos, and quick start guides. I also want to make sure you know about our Training with Hudl YouTube channel. To find our channel, go to YouTube and search Training with Hudl. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to get access to our how-to videos and video walkthroughs. By subscribing to this channel, you'll be notified anytime we release a new video.